of the party.
Is it true? And he's like, well, yeah. I said, no, we should own it. Let's go in and say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. My wife didn't sleep with me for 6 years, and I'm human.
Also, like, not sleeping with your husband for like 6 years is fucking crazy. Like,
that's
like,
just dumb. Like that's just dumb. Like dumb in all aspects. So what she had going on for 6 years? Like, was her vagina off a commission? Was his penis like going through rehab? Like, it's confusing me. How did y'all go 6 years without having sex at all? Like, it's not making sense. Like, was he not living in the same household as you? Like, it's not giving. It's not adding up. There's something missing. There's a massive piece that's missing. How did he go 6 years without asking it? How did she go 6 years without asking it? Like, where was they living? Were they living together? Because you couldn't be living together with somebody for 6 whole years. Not once did y'all sleep, like, do the hanky panky in 6 years, and y'all still continue to remain in the same household with each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's not adding up. I feel like there's missing components that's not being said.
yeah, that's also crazy. But I've actually heard about marriages like that where they say I haven't had sex with my wife in like this many couple of years, and it's just like, why?
They had to
Like,
have been separated. They had to have been separated for almost 6 years. Like, it just makes no sense for you to still be fully married.
it's like, but it's like, damn, not even like.
They should have claimed separation.
Where was you getting this intimacy? That'd be the first question I have. Where is she getting this intimacy?
She get it from somewhere.
But to be in your house with someone like, I'm good. You got it.
6 years she getting it from somewhere. It's just impossible. Like, it don't make sense unless there's something traumatic that happened to her. Let's say she almost got raped or something like that. Okay. But if it's nothing of that nature, she just not sleeping with him for 6 whole years. That is not is 2 + 2 and giving 4. You can't be in the same house and you tell me person pass by you every day, y'all sleep on the same bed together. You accidentally rubbed up on him in the midst of turning or whatever the situation was. It got cold one time and y'all got close, and you tell me nothing ever happened. Man, don't even fucking lie to me. That's giving weird. Husband and wife, 6 years. No, no, no.
To have sex still. I didn't want to blow up my life. I didn't want to screw up my kids and have my kids have divorced parents. So I thought, all right, she's clearly not interested in me anymore. I'm not going to have a girlfriend and get caught up in all the things where people could get hurt and there's feelings and fatal attraction and stuff. I'm just going to go. It'll be transactional, like going to a strip club or anything else. And is it a little pathetic that I'm a guy who makes $1 million a year in finance and I'm paying someone $50 to jack me off? Yeah, that's kind of pathetic. But you know what? I figured out. But to suggest that means I'm a bad parent, that has nothing to do with my parenting at all, period. So, and thankfully the judge agreed with me on that one. But I really do think that the idea, I don't think, if you break it down fundamentally, 56% of marriages end in divorce. Like, think about, that's the ones that end in divorce. So how many people?
Yeah. And 80 is like 70 to 80% of it is engaged. It's initiated. That's the word I'm with. It's initiated by women. So like 56% of it is a divorce, and about 70 to 80% is initiated by women. That's the stat.
Okay. Boy, I got lost for a second. I'm about to say, wait, you tell me 80% of women out here just sitting there telling these men they want to marry them? That's what I thought you
Oh, no,
meant.
I'm kidding. The divorce that they initiated.
The divorce
But I don't know. We even when you put it that way, when you say sometimes women do push men into
Oh, that's
marriage.
weird. Like for me to get down on my knees and ask my future husband to marry me, that's weird.
Oh no, they don't do it like that. It's more or less of they want you to do it, but it's just like they.
No, there's girls who's doing that,
Oh yeah,
who,
this girls that doing that now. And
who's proposing to their husbands, or I'm like, yo, like go ahead, put a dress on homeboy, because that's what all he is.
oh man, I always find that funny. It's just like, but uh, as I said, girls initiate, but they don't. But there's few that like go as far as take they get on bended knee for the man. oh shit. Oh man, that's awkward for everybody. I don't care who you are. That's awkward for everybody.
Percentage stay together for the kids, or because they don't want to give away half their shit. Another 10%, that's conservative.
Conservative.
But let's say 20% then. Okay,
That's at least right.
you now have a technology that fails 76% of the time. That's insane. That's insane. That's more likely than not. 76%. If I told you there's a 76% chance when you walk out the door today you get hit in the head with a bowling ball, you would not go out, or you'd wear a helmet for sure. But people just continue to get married. Not only do they continue to get married, there's a presumption that you should get married. And if you don't get married, there's something wrong with you. So if you've got a girlfriend and you've been with her for 5 years, and you say to someone, we're getting married, they go, oh, that's great. They don't go, why? You're happy. Why would you get married? Like everything's going fine. Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you run that risk? If you say to someone, we've been together 5 years and we've decided we're not going to get married. We're going to move in together, but we're not going to get married. Ooh, what's wrong? You have intimacy issues? What's your problem? Meanwhile, 56% end in divorce. It's literally fits the legal definition of negligence. It's a.
Could you see yourself? Okay, let's say you and I know we've talked about this, and I know, but I want you to just put on this hypothetical cap. Like, could you really consider yourself like you're living with a person for 5 years and him not literally claim you as married as your wife? Like, but y'all do everything as like a husband and wife or some shit like that. Could you see yourself living like that? It's just not on paper. You're like you would technically call yourself married, but not really on paper.
No,
It's-
that's dumb. That's dumb.
why do you say that?
Or living with someone for 5 years and y'all do all things marriage, like not marriage, but y'all do all things husband and wife, and like the person y'all are in boyfriend and girlfriend status, if y'all was to get married right now, would not have changed that at all. That's just dumb. That's a big heaping load of dummies just operating together. Cause I saw the same thing. There was a girl that said, "Oh, I feel like what did she say? She was like, I think that anybody who dates each, like, we should, like, move in together before you get it married, and, like, do like a short period of time together before you get married, living together." And the guy said, like, cohabitating. She was like, "Yeah, for a short period of time." That's stupid. A short period of time. First of all, I said, girl, stop letting these guys gaslight y'all to think that's okay. A short period of time. A lot of these girls had came up with, and these guys told them it was a short period of time. Oh, let's just move in together because it's easier to just pay one household, right? That's the thought process. It's easier to just pay one household, right? Versus having to take care of two households. Oh, then it's easier to see if she can cook versus taking her out on dates on a consistent basis, or cooking, because you have to cook for yourself now because you don't have anybody for us, so you got to go out to eat all the time. But you can have her here and she's cooking for you, so it's easier. You're saving some money on that aspect. Oh, it's easier to continue to, like, make her think, you know it's almost soon, it's almost time, I'm almost gonna marry you. A year goes by, 2 years go by, and then 3 years go by. Times keep moving faster. 5 years go by, 6 years go by, 12 years go by. You're having fun. You're traveling, seeing the world, moving this and that, this and that. And 20 years went by.
Negligent behavior. The way you define negligence in law school is when what you lose by not doing something, okay, is lower than the risk of harm. It's what's called a BPL analysis. So the burden of not doing a thing is lower than the likelihood, the probability of harm. So BPL, so burden, probability, and loss. Marriage is an inherently negligent activity. It's like owning a lion. Like the likelihood of someone getting hurt seriously by this is very, very high. No one ever says it to you because why? Because, and I would say something. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I still get misty-eyed at weddings. Like I still really, there's something in me that goes like, maybe it'll work out for these two.
You still believe in love?
Sweet. I absolutely believe in love. I think love is wonderful. But love and marriage have very little to do with each other. I don't think there's much of a correlation there. And I think that's where we got off track.
That's true.
I believe in care bonds. I don't think I can learn everything I need to know about myself from myself. I think having someone around me who sees my blind spots, and that doesn't have to be a romantic partner. That could be a friend. That could be any number of things. But there is something wonderful about romantic connection. We know that. I mean, the other statistic is 56% of marriages end in divorce, but 84% of people who get divorced are remarried within 5 years of their divorce.
Really?
Think about that. So now you've done it and failed and felt the pain of the loss, and within 5 years, 84% are remarried.
So
that right there, that right there is just like that right there. That amazes me. That means it's just like your first marriage, it sucked, and then you're like, shit, I want to do this again. So I do want to get married. But God dang, it's just it's just like as someone been divorced, it's just like, what makes you want to get married again?
His marriage doesn't suck. It's probably the person you married that suck, but marriage doesn't suck. Entity of love does not suck. Fulfillment does not suck. Happiness does not suck. Passion does not suck. Now, the person you married might have sucked. Hope does not suck. Possibilities does not suck. Time does not suck. So when you remove the person from everything else, you see the greatness of everything else. So it may not have been all bad moments. There were moments where you felt like the love. There was moments where you felt the joy. There was moments where you felt peace. There was moments where you felt alive. There was moments where you felt enjoyment. But you can't just see, you can't only just look at the moments where you felt sad, you felt miserable, you felt alone. So when you remove the negative aspects and you realize, I love being married. I love being with someone. I love the companionship. So like it's the same way where some people realize some people being alone is not for them. So they constantly find themselves being in marriages, or being in boyfriend, girlfriend situation, breaking up with somebody, getting with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now, some people, marriage is just not for them. They were married. The positive, like the negatives outweigh the positives. The positive was so low that they couldn't see anything different. And they've dated people and they've dated and still haven't seen the positives in these relations that they're in. But when you find that one person, that individual person that's like, man, It's like beyond normal. Like your whole soul is invested. The only thing you can think about is being married. You start to look at marriage and be like, man, I think I might do it.